The PDP crisis has escalated after the stormy Ibadan convention. Abuja became the battleground as rival factions clashing at the party secretariat for 3 hours. Police firing tear gas as governors and party officials scramble. The secretariat is now being barricaded. At the center is the FCT Minister Wike, whose faction announced the expulsion of key figures, including Governors Seyi Makinde, Bala Mohammed, Dauda Lawal, former Deputy National Chairman Bode George, BOT Chair, Adolphus Wabara, and National Chairman Kabiru Turaki. Turaki's camp insists the convention was legitimate and accuses Wike of using state power to destabilize the party. The PDP's neck has moved to enforce discipline, dissolve state congresses, recover defected seats, and launch reconciliation ahead of 2027. Now, but with expulsions, parallel meetings, barricades, and violent clashes, the question remains, can the PDP restore unity, or is Nigeria's opposition sliding deeper into chaos? Joining me right now to discuss this is Arthur Ugochukwu, who is the Zonal Secretary of the PDP Imo State. He joins virtually from Abuja. I also have Emmanuel Ogidi, the Caretaker Caretaker National Vice Chairman, PDP South-South. He joins virtually also from Abuja. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me, Double.
All right. Let me start my conversation with you, Mr. Ugochukwu. With what Nigerians witnessed at the Wadata Plaza yesterday, in lieu of what we also saw at the National Convention in Ibadan, what is happening to the PDP?
Double, thank you. Thank you for having me once again. And if you remember, I have been here a couple of times throwing light on this particular incident, build up to the the supposed National Convention. Now, I want to inform you and our listening viewers that there was no National Convention that took place in Ibadan. It was what happened in Ibadan was a charade and abuse of the party organs by the supposed governors. What happened in Ibadan was the Oyo State governor built a motor park, the largest motor park in the whole of West Africa, as he rightly touted. And then he invited some members of the party to a gala night afterwards, after the day's event. So it was not a PDP event because it did not qualify to be so. The constitutional provisions to convene a national convention was not followed. The processes leading to the supposed national convention was not followed. So there is no way that can be tagged as a national convention of the PDP. That is not PDP that we know. That is not how we do our things. In fact, that is not even the way the current NWC members.
Why do you, sorry, so that I can just, move on. Why do you keep insisting that there was no national convention? But we saw people there. We saw people at the venue.
No. Yeah, because people get that does not qualify it to be a national convention. There are constitutional laid down procedures in the PDP constitution that leads to the convention of a convening of national convention. First of all, you must do the congresses from the ward level to the state level to the zonal level before you can use the delegates that you have vested from these various congresses to the national convention. So it is you generate the delegates that take part in the national convention from the local government to the state level from the zone. These are the people that vote in the national convention. And then the notice of national convention must be communicated by the national secretary of the party to INEC. That notice of national convention was not done. INEC was not there to monitor the convention, so it's not a national convention. So these are the criteria that disqualify. And aside that, too, there was a court judgment, two subsisting court judgments. One is from Justice Omotosho, one is from Justice Laifu of Abuja Federal High Court, asking the National Convention not to hold on, not to go on. Then PDP, as a law-abiding institution, knew that this has happened, so they put a stop to the convention. So Governor Makinde, being a Nigerian who has the right to convene and meet people whenever he wants to, because there is freedom of association, went ahead and convened his friends into Oyo, and then that cannot stand as a national convention, legally and otherwise.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ugochukwu. Let me bring Mr. Ogidi into the conversation to react to some of the things that have been said. I mean, some members of your party, the People's Democratic Party, insist that there was no national convention in Ibadan because due process was not followed, and there were also, lingering court rulings. What's your take, sir?
Thanks for having me, and good evening, viewers. It's very interesting when he was talking. Now you can see why they were expelled from the party. Now, you see, let me tell you this. He said there was the processes were fulfilled. We started from the ward, LGA, three-man executive, state executive, and to convention. In the 102 NEC meeting, we were told that communication had been done. The then chairman, Damagu, and the then secretary, Ayamu, signed the communication to INEC. It went to INEC. INEC acknowledged it and gave us a city, and we got a CTC of it. And then we went for the convention. So it's anyway. That's for him to see what he's saying. I don't need to join issue with those who have been expelled from the party.
All right. So
he's just talking on his own. He's talking. All of them are the delusion of the facts, but they know the truth of the matter.
All right. I'm going to pick up from where you said that, of course, members that have been expelled from the party. We know that during the national convention, it was announced that some key members of the party, former members, in this context right now, have been expelled. A part of those expelled, we know, is the FCT minister, Mr. Sam Ayamu was also announced, amongst others. But what we also saw yesterday, in a twist of things, is a faction within the party, allegedly loyal to the FCT minister, also expelled the governor of your state, Seyi Makinde, and some other key notable officials within the party. So the question on the lips, sorry, I'm coming to you, Mr. Ugochukwu, but I'm still with Mr. Ogidi right now. So the question on the lips of Nigerians right now is, who controls the PDP? Since both factions have expelled themselves.
There's not like faction here. They have been expelled. You cannot call them a faction. And we stand by it. The convention is the biggest organ of the party. And the convention has taken a position.
All right. Let me leave you for a moment and ask, of course, Mr. Arthur, the same question. They said some members of your party have been expelled. Yes. Okay. On the expulsion, please.
Yes, with all due respect to Chief Emmanuel Ogidi, who is an impostor right now, as we all know, because he was not, his own people branding him as the National Vice Chairman of the South. Meanwhile, the authentic and legitimate Vice Chairman, South of People's Democratic Party, is Chief Dan Obi from Edo State. Now, it's also good to inform you that Chief Emmanuel Ogidi is among those that was expelled by the decision of the NEC of the party yesterday. Now, the party at the center right now is being controlled by Honorable Bala Mohammed, who is the acting national chairman of the party. And this is equal to the decision of the NEC, which took place a couple of yesterday, and then the failed convention that did not take place. And now, Chief Emmanuel Ogidi made a statement that the communication that the then chairman told them that they wrote to INEC. These are all lies. Like I said, with due respect to him, he's an elder, and then people like him, and then Chief Bode George, have been the people, because of their age, they lie to Nigerians and then they expect Nigerians to believe all this.
But Mr. Ugochukwu, sorry to interrupt your line of thought. Sorry to interrupt your line of thought. Both sides seem to expel one another for anti-party activities. I'm going to ask one question here, particularly the role of the FCT minister in all of this. Would you say is actually working in the interest of the PDP?
Yes, the FCT minister is a member of the party. He is working in the full interest of the party. He has been supportive of the party all the years since 2015 when we lost the election. He has been very, very supportive of the party till this minute, supportive to even Chief Emmanuel Ogidi. All of them. There is none of them that will say that the minister has not.
When you say support, can you be specific? Support in what context, please?
In every context, financial support, moral support, everything. There was a time the party could not pay the staff of the PDP. He was the one that picked up their bills. The party was almost gone. When Atiku lost the election and ran away to Dubai, it was Wike that picked up them. And the salaries of PDP staff were slashed by 50%. So if he wanted the party dead, why would he be investing his resources and energy in the place that he wants dead? Who builds a house and breaks it? Now, the FCT minister is one of the persons that have not stepped out of this party since he joined the party from inception till this minute. A lot of them had actually left the party and come back. Seyi Makinde was not a founding member of this party. He came from SDP. Bala Mohammed came from AMPP. In fact, Bala Mohammed was even in the party when he was appointed minister under Obasanjo's administration, FCT minister.
All right, thank you very much.
Last administration, by the way.
Thank you very much. Let me move to Mr. Ogidi. Mr. Ogidi, let's talk about the role of the FCT minister in all of this. How would you describe it with all that Nigerians are seeing within the PDP?
You can see what is happening. The president of this country employed him to destroy PDP and democracy. And they are working so hard to destroy democracy. But let me say this. The PDP cannot be destroyed. It's indestructible by the grace of God. And they will pay the price. This president will pay the price. Because you cannot destroy democracy. PDP is a formidable party. You cannot destroy it.
All right, gentlemen, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be taking, of course, our final thoughts on this as we wind down. Stay with us. We'll be right back. I still have my guests with me. Arthur Ugochukwu is the Zonal Secretary of the PDP Imo State, and Emmanuel Ogidi, Caretaker National Vice Chairman, PDP South-South. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. All right, just before we go, let me quickly take your thoughts on this, Arthur. What Nigerians saw yesterday at the Wadata Plaza was more or less like a theater. You know, some would even call it some sort of Royal Rumble. But my question is, what is now the way forward for the PDP? We know that as of today, that secretariat, has been condoled off by security forces. Who actually did order that? Maybe you're privy to that information. And what is ahead for PDP now?
Yeah, thank you once again. The way forward for PDP, we have three major ways forward. Number one is let the governors stay away from party administration, focus on their states. That's where they are asked to govern. Number two, let the elders of the party, like Chief Imo Ogidi, like Chief Bode George, like Chief Adolphus Wabara, former Senate President, let them go home and rest. Forward their children who are rightfully thinking, who are more thoughtful thinking in this direction. Let them come and be dealing this. They have been doing this for years, and it has not helped us. Since 2015, we lost the election. We have not been able to get anything. You don't just come and say things. If you listen to what he has been saying here since, he will just blanketly say it. President Tinubu sent Wike to come and destroy democracy. You have any proof to that? What is your contribution to the success of the party?
But do you think? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you consider it anti-party that a top official within the current administration, that's in person of the FCT Minister Wike, His Excellency, is still calls himself or still affiliates as a strong member of an opposition party, the PDP. Do you, as a PDP member, consider that anti-party?
But there is nothing wrong with that. I just mentioned to you earlier that when Bala Mohammed was FCT minister, he was not in PDP, he was in another party. The late Bola Ige of blessed memory was in AD when he was a minister under Obasanjo's administration. So if you have something to contribute to the government, would you keep it back because you're not a member of that party? I don't know if you guys are in Abuja. Peradventure, Wike is not a minister in this FCT. Imagine what would have been the state of the FCT by now.
But you know one question Nigerians are also asking. So if there is an election today, I'm sorry, so that we can move on with this. If there is an election today, who do you think he would support to win that election? Do you think he will support the party he's serving or the party he claims to belong to?
Well, he is a member of People's Democratic Party. That's the most important thing. Let us put our party together. Let us put our party together. Let us have candidates for the election. And then he will be able, I can't speak for that. I'm speaking as a member of the party, as a stakeholder. If we are able to put our party together, leave the blame game on Wike. Wike is not the one that asked them to disobey the court orders that stopped the convention. Wike is not the one that asked them not to follow the constitutional rules of the People's Democratic Party in conducting the convention. Wike is not the one that asked them to try to remove Anyanwu some months ago when his tenure was still running and is still running. So these are the places they misunderstand because you have a problem with him. You want us to take everything you tell us as elders of the party and then move forward. We know how to ask questions now. How far do you want us to go? If you want this party to go forward, why have you not convened a meeting when the court gave us a window to go and make up? Convene a peaceful meeting.
All right.
Okay, let me not give you the last word, sir. When the BOT met last 2 weeks, they set up a committee or a reconciliation towards this convention. A day to the reconciliation, a day to the convention. The reconciliation committee gave their report, asking them to suspend the convention, but they refused. Is it wicked that set up the convention, the reconciliation committee again? Why would anything that happens to them, they will call wicked? They should allow the party to move forward.
All right.
They should allow us build this party peacefully. And
All
when
right.
we have a candidate who will be
All right, thank you so much.
Who we support or who will not support.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Ugochukwu. Now, coming to you, Mr. Ogidi, I mean, as an elder of the party, what is next for the PDP with all of the drama Nigerians are seeing?
Thank you. First of all, I thank you for that question you asked him. Who will Wike vote for? Wike has said he will vote for Tinubu. So what are you still asking? I don't know what he's trying to defend. But let me say this. I want to encourage our members to be faithful. They should believe in the leadership. And by the grace of God, we're going to win the 2027 election. We're not going to join issue with them. They've been expelled. And when he was saying that letter was not, we have it. If I bring my phone to show you now, Anyanwu and Adolphus signed the letter, and it was sent. And INEC officials were in the 102 NEC meeting. So how can you say we don't send a letter?
Anyanwu did not sign letter. He didn't sign any letter.
So basically, sir, you are saying that PDP would emerge strong. But another question to you, sir, and I'm still with you, Mr. Ogidi. You keep saying that these members have been expelled. How do you hope to enforce this expulsion? Because the expelled members still consider themselves party members, and even have expelled the other side, other members on the other side of the party. So how do you hope to enforce this expulsion?
The expelled have been expelled. We're not going to discuss that.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having this conversation. Arthur Ugochukwu, Zonal Secretary, the PDP Imo State, joining virtually from Abuja, and also Emmanuel Ogidi, Caretaker National Vice Chairman, PDP South-South. It's been a pleasure once again for your time, gentlemen. Thank you.